Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is day 3, which is worksheet 3. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about like terms and also a little bit about distributing. Again, a lot of this stuff is review. You guys definitely have covered this in Algebra 1, but just a good review, okay? So again, the first thing here is like terms. And there's really two things that make a like term. Okay, a like term, you need the same letter and the same exponent. Okay, if you have the same letter and the same exponent, you got like terms. Okay, so let me give you an example of what's not a like term, right? If I said A plus B, I can't combine those together. So these are not like terms. Like terms I can combine. So these are not like terms. So A plus B, A squared plus A, those are not like terms. Okay. AB plus AB squared, right? So again, anything that doesn't have the same letter, it's got to be exactly the same letter in order to combine and the same exponent. Okay, so these are all not like terms. Okay, so let's do some examples that are like terms. And it's pretty easy. Okay, so basically if I say something like, 2A plus 5A, those are like terms. Now here's the deal, math fans. Please do not tell me this is 7, because you say 2A plus 5A is 7A squared. It's not 7A squared. Think of it this way. If you've got 2 A's in your pocket, and I say, A, well, okay, I don't want to say that because it's going to be confusing. But if you have 2 A's in your pocket, and I hand you 5 more A's, how many A's do you have? You have 7 A's, and that's the answer to that problem. 2A plus 5A is 7A, not 7A squared. Okay, don't do that. Don't multiply those or change the exponent. Okay, the exponent stays the same. So if I say 7B squared plus 3B squared, you would have 7 of those plus 3 of those, you would have 10B squared. Okay, it's really pretty easy, right? So like terms combine, again, same letter and same variable. So I can give you something, like even if I said something like x plus x, because a lot of times people like to say 2x squared, but it's not. Think of it as 1x plus 1x. If I have 1x and I give you one more x, you have 2 x's. That's the answer to that problem. Okay, so if I have x plus 2x plus 3x, really, you can be using your calculator if you want, if you need to do the multiplication, or I shouldn't say the multiplication, but if you need to do the addition, because you're basically saying, if I kind of write this out here, you're saying 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, because they're all x's. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, so your answer would be 6x. Okay, not bad. All right, so let's do a couple combinations here. So if I said 5x squared plus 7x minus 3x squared minus 2x. So sometimes it's a little easier if you, and I've done this before with kids, where you kind of circle things, circle terms, like that, and then you look to see what you're combining together, and then once you use them, you cross them off. So again, you can use your calculator here, because you really have a 5x squared minus a 3x squared. So 5 minus 3 in your calculator. I mean, you should know how to do that anyway. It's 2x squared, and then you should have 7 minus 2, which is 5. And that's the answer to that problem: 2x squared plus 5x. Okay. Sometimes kids use different colors, so let me give you a different problem here. If I said 8x cubed minus 4x minus 3x squared plus 6x, minus 2x squared minus 5x cubed. Okay, got a lot of stuff here, so sometimes it helps to use some different colors. So here's the 8x cubed, and there's the negative 5x cubed. Those are going to be put together. Here's a negative 4x, and here's a positive 6x. That's put together. And then here's a negative 3x squared and a negative 2x squared, and that's going to be put together. Okay, so always look at the signs and then kind of put things together. Again, if you want to use your calculator, just the variables are, you know what the variables are going to be. You just don't know. You have to figure out the coefficients, right? That's the number in front. Like a 5x squared, the 5 is called the coefficient. Okay, but anyway, let's go back to our problem here. Let's do the red one first. So 8x cubed minus 5x cubed is 3x cubed. Okay, let's do the blue one now. Negative 4x plus 6x. So negative 4 plus 6, again, I don't care, use your calculator, it's cool, but it's positive 2x. Okay, and then again, if you want to cross them off as you use them, so we can cross off these two guys here. And then negative 3x squared minus 2x squared, so negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5x squared. And there's your answer. Okay, we combine all the like terms. Okay, so real quickly, if I did, let's kind of do a little crazier one, because just to show you some more like terms. 2xy minus 5x squared minus 8xy minus 7x squared plus 3x. Okay, so 2xy minus 8xy and negative 5x squared minus 7x squared, and this one's all by itself. There's nothing to combine with that one. So let's do that one. Negative 2xy minus 8xy. So again, as long as they're like terms, the x and y are the same, right? Then you can say 2 minus 8 is negative 6. Okay, so we got that done. And then the next one is negative 5x squared minus 7x squared is negative 12x squared. So that's out of here. And then there's nothing to combine with the 3x, so it's plus 3x. And that's your final answer. Oh, I forgot the xy. Sorry. Ooh, right there. Okay? I looked down there and I'm like, what? I forgot that. So make sure you have the variables. Okay? Don't do that mistake that I just made now, right? Get your xy over here. Okay? And everything else is good. Okay, so that's combining like terms. So we got one more step here, and that's distributing. So let's talk about distributing. So distributing. And you guys have done that already, to distribute. So in other words, if I said a negative in front of this of x plus 5. Okay, remember guys, it's like you're changing the sign of every term here, or you're distributing the negative. If you want to say you were multiplying it by negative 1, that's cool, but let's kind of actually get rid of that. You're not really, oops. Sorry, scroll back down here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to distribute the negative. So it becomes negative x minus 5. And that's actually the answer to that problem, negative x minus 5. So if I do negative parentheses 2x squared minus 6x minus 1, you basically are changing the sign of everything. If it's just a negative, you change the sign of every term inside the parentheses. So you distribute that to all three places. So negative 2x squared, negative of a negative, so plus 6x, and negative of a negative plus 1. And that would be the answer to that problem. Okay? If you have a number in front of it, so let's say we have a 2 parentheses 5x squared minus 6x plus 3, make sure you distribute the 2. So it would be 2 times 5x squared is 10x squared, 2 times negative 6x is negative 12x, and 2 times 3 is 6, and that's your answer. Okay, pretty easy. That's distributing. So if we got a little more complicated where you had to combine like terms, so let's say I had something like 2 parentheses x minus 7 minus 3 parentheses 2x plus 4. Okay, so there's actually 4 things I have to distribute: the 2 times the x and the 2 times the negative 7. And the negative 3, make sure you distribute the whole thing. Negative 3 times 2x and negative 3 times 4. Okay, so 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 7 is negative 14, negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x, and negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Alright, so again, that's all we did. We just distributed everything, but now you got to combine like terms. Okay, so you have a 2x here minus 6x. So 2 minus 6, again, I don't care, use your calculator. You get negative 4x. Okay, and then negative 14 minus 12, again, use your calculator, it's fine, and you wind up getting negative 26. And so that is your answer, negative 4x minus 26. Okay, so let's do one more distributing problem. So let's do 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 times 2x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, so do you guys see there's nothing to distribute here, right? And so I'm just going to write a 2x squared here minus 3x. And now I'm going to distribute that 5 to both of those terms. So it's going to be 5 times 2 is 10, so plus 10x squared. 5 times x is plus 5x. And 5 times 1 is plus 5. So that's 5 distributed to everything. And now let's look for like terms. So there's a 2x squared and a 10x squared. So 2 plus 10 is 12 x squared. And then we have a minus 3x and a plus 5x. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2x. Okay, and then this is the only thing left over, plus 5. And there we go, math fans. That's it. Okay, so that is basically that's combining like terms. Again, same variable and same exponent. And then we did a little bit of distributing. And that's it. All right, my fans, you have an outstanding day. Adios. Goodbye.